Howdy, Chris here. We're back in the garage today, and today we're testing out two popular DIY options to paint your car. The first option is aerosol cans. We've got our aerosol base coat and our aerosol clear coat. We're gonna paint one of these fenders with this option, and the second option is this totally electric sprayer. Both claim to lay down a decent finish without a compressor, but can either one of these options give us pro level results? This could turn out to be surprisingly good or be a complete flop, but we're gonna put them head to head, and you can decide which of these options is the best option for you. Let's get into it. Now, I've sprayed with an airless paint gun like this before. If you caught our last video, we sprayed a fender. In fact, it was this fender right here with an electric sprayer similar to this. Now, this one is a little bit different. I haven't sprayed with this exact model yet, so we're gonna try this out. Previously, I have used aerosol cans, and they actually did a very nice job. I did a quarter panel on a Honda. I've got a video on that if you wanna check out that video. Now, we've got two fenders here. I did seal both of these fenders. This one we'll do with the aerosol cans, and then we'll use the electric sprayer on this fender. We are gonna spray a similar color. They're both gunmetal gray, and we are gonna use base coat clear coat. So this clear coat right here, it's a 2K clear coat. It's got a bladder. You break the bladder, you shake it up, and now you've got catalyzed 2K clear, which is fantastic. It's got UV protection. I've never used this particular brand before. This brand, Alpha, was sent to me by the Spray Source, and they have a lot of great options for DIYers. If you're using a conventional gun, you can pick up complete car painting kits with whatever color you choose, so you definitely want to check them out. I'll leave a link down in the description. They were kind enough to send me this and some other custom colors to play with. So we're gonna paint this fender with these two. We're gonna start by using this base coat. This is Upol base coat. I picked this up at O'Reilly's. They mixed it up for me, and this is the same color I used on that Honda. All right, I'm gonna shake this up really well. I'm just gonna go overlap my passes. Spray's pretty nice. Go ahead and put one more coat on. All right, so here's the electric sprayer. I just took it apart. I took the cap off, cleaned it real well. There was some oils in there. Darius is mixing up the paint, and we'll see how this thing sprays. Darius is getting the electric sprayer ready. Let's put another coat of paint on with the aerosol. Now this is pretty old paint, probably about, I gotta say, a year old. So I probably actually should have got some new paint for this, but we're putting a nice wet coat on here. And it actually doesn't look too bad. We got a little, I'm just gonna dust the coat on now, and I think this one is ready for some clear coat. We're just doing that. We're just dusting a coat on here to even out those metallics. That's the Upol aerosol. You can see that is from an Acura. Now let's check out the electric sprayer. One thing about these electric sprayers is you do not want to run out of paint. If you run out of paint, it's going to start spitting and sputtering, and it makes it very difficult to get a nice uniform finish. And you want to hold the trigger, so you don't want to let go of the trigger like a conventional paint gun. You just got to hold the trigger and keep painting. That looks better. spittering and sputtering. Yeah, this one sprays much better. Let's let that sit. We'll put another coat on in a minute, let it dry. We gave up on that gun right there. That one can only be used for spraying houses. All right, but this one is the one we used the other day. It's laying it down better. We're gonna try another coat on here. I think we're actually covered. Much better now. All right. This video's not kind of going as planned. This spray gun right here was a big flop. This one right here, I thought this would be real similar to the one we used last week with some other adjustments, but it does not spray as fine as the one we used last week. So we've switched over to the one we used last week. That did much better. It's got a nice uniform finish here. Now the droplets are still large, so it's not atomizing that base coat really fine like the aerosol. And you can tell with the texture here. There's a little bit of texture in this paint. Now the main thing that's going to affect how smooth that clear coat lays down. So we might get a little extra texture because we have texture in our base coat. Now this is nice and smooth right here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this Alpha clear coat. This is Glamour Clear. Right there's the number AC4521. I've never used this product. This could be a flop as well. I don't know. We're going to see. Okay, so right here is the ring. It was just on the outside of this cap. So this ring we need to put through that hole in the bottom. So there, it's in there. Oh, there it is. Then shake for 2 minutes. And then we'll be ready to spray. Oh man, this goes on so nice. Man, it lays on so nice. All right, I'm just gonna let that sit. It looks really blotchy right now, but we're just gonna let that sit and dry. Sprays on there really nice. First coat. As it dries, I think that blotchiness will go away. All right, Darius has got the clear coat for this one. Let's spray this. This will be interesting. Not too bad. We'll let that'll flow out, I think. We're gonna let both of these sit up. I think that one's probably ready for another coat. It looks kind of blotchy, but I think that goes away as it starts to cure. This is the Airless sprayer, or electric sprayer. Definitely a lot of texture And this is the aerosol can. The aerosol can definitely looks better right now, but this has 2 coats on it, that has 1, so let's put a second coat on this fender. Second coat with the Airless sprayer. Ready? Moving too slow. I think I put it on too heavy. Curtain right there. Okay guys, so here are the results. We've got the airless sprayer or electric sprayer right here. It's got some texture, especially some texture down here. Remember, I said the base coat went on a little bit rough, and I think that texture is mainly from that. You could make a really good finish out of this if you cut and buffed it. This is the aerosol can. The aerosol can came out better, I believe. Nice and smooth though, laid on nice. So that alpha clear coat is good. Now I don't know about the durability of it. This could also be cut and buffed and really look nice. I think for a spot panel repair, like if you're just doing a fender, that aerosol can would be the way to go. That'd be the best option. If you can get the color in aerosol. Now O'Reilly's does sell that. Not every O'Reilly's sells aerosol paint, but my O'Reilly's does do that. That would be the best option for a spot panel. For an overall vehicle, if you don't want to use a traditional paint gun and you don't have an air compressor, this might be a great option. Although I'm still iffy on the base coat because it went on kind of rough. It didn't atomize great. And maybe there's another gun out there that's a better option. I'll have to keep investigating that. This is just a fun video. Maybe this helped you out make a decision if you want to use an aerosol can or if you want to use an airless or electric sprayer. Or maybe you want to say, forget this noise and use a conventional paint gun. It's much easier with a conventional paint gun like the LVLP, the Innocraft Drizzle D1, and a compressor. It just does a better job. But anyway, I appreciate each and every one of you watching. We'll see you on the next episode of Garage Noise.